We all know that money doesn't grow on trees, but sometimes it's easy to forget just how hard we've worked to earn our money. Just like anything else in life, there are certain things you should never do with your money if you want to keep it safe and grow it over time. Hey everyone, welcome to the Billion Stories. In this video we are going to share with you the 25 list of things you should never do with your money. So, without a further ado, let's get started. 25 money mistakes you should avoid. Number 1. Never buy a new car. There are a few things you should never do with your money, and one of them is buying a new car. A new car is a huge waste of money. A new car is a depreciating asset, and it will lose value as soon as you drive it off the lot. It's better to buy pre-owned instead, because it will have already gone through its biggest depreciation hit. You can get a terrific deal on a used car that is only a few years old. Plus, a used car will be cheaper to insure and maintain. Number 2. Never spend money on a gift that nobody needs. Regarding presenting gifts, it's necessary to think about what the recipient will really use. There's no point in spending money on a gift that will just end up collecting dust on a shelf. If you're not sure what to get someone, a gift card is always a safe bet. But if you really want to make someone's day, pick out something that they'll appreciate and use. Number 3. Never make insurance the only investment you have. Making insurance your only investment is one of the biggest money mistakes you can make. Here's why. When you place all your eggs in one basket, you are carrying a big risk. If something happens to that one basket, you are left with nothing. Diversifying your investments is key to financial success. By spreading your money around, you minimize your risk and increase your chances of coming out ahead in the long run. Insurance is important, but it should never be the only investment you have. There are a lot of other options available, such as bonds, stocks, and even real estate. Make sure to diversify your portfolio so that you are prepared for anything life throws your way. Number 4. Never be unintentional with money. There are a lot of things you don't do with your money if you want to be financially successful. One of the most important things is to never be unintentional with your money. What does that mean? It means knowing exactly what you're spending your money on and making sure that every penny has a purpose. It means creating a budget and sticking to it. According to financial coach and motivational speaker Melissa Thomas, budgeting and paying attention to your money are crucial. She said, savings accounts must be labeled for their purpose. An emergency fund account might be different from one for holidays. There should never be any mixing between accounts for long-term goals like retirement or college. Make sure that you know what you are doing with your money. Number 5. Never fall for seasonal finance deals. When the holidays come around, it can be easy to get caught up in the excitement and spend money on things that you normally wouldn't. Seasonal finance deals are one of the biggest traps that people fall into during the holiday season. Sean Cooper, financial expert and author of Burn Your Mortgage, A Simple, Powerful Path to Financial Freedom, said, deals websites like Groupon can be a great way to save money, as long as you don't become addicted. Don't fall for the seasonal finance deals that you know you can't afford, you'll just end up spending more in the long run. For example, if you'll be paying interest on your purchases for a year, you'll end up paying interest on top of interest. That's not a smart way to go if you can avoid it. There are ways to save money without having to give up your favorite items or lifestyle. Just make sure you're not sacrificing your financial future for a temporary break. Number 6. Never donate money if you can't afford it. There's no shame in being careful with your money. In fact, it's smart to be mindful of where your hard-earned cash is going. But there are certain things you should never do if you want to keep your finances in order. One of them is donating money if you can't afford it. If you can't afford to donate money, don't do it. It's great to be philanthropic and give back to causes you care about. But if doing so means putting yourself in a difficult financial situation, it's not worth it. There are many other ways to help out charities and causes you care about, and donating money should never be a financial burden. There are plenty of other ways to support the causes you believe in, so only donate money if you can comfortably afford it. Number 7. Don't donate money over the phone. Most phone solicitations often involve raising money for honest reasons and associations. Unfortunately, they're too exploited by scammers to rip off well-meaning individuals and organizations. If you get a call from someone asking for money, ask them to mail you the information in the mail. A legitimate organization will not have a dilemma doing that. Furthermore, in any case, you should never give out your credit card number over the phone. Never wire money, if you're asked to do so over the phone or through email. Number 8. Never opt for the cheapest option available. Regarding buying or spending money, never opt for the cheapest. The old saying, "You get what you pay for," is true more often than not. Sure, there are times when you can find a good deal on something, but in general, the cheap option will not be as good as the more expensive one. It's better to spend a little extra and get something that will last and work well than to save a few dollars and end up with something that falls apart quickly or doesn't work well. So, make sure you're getting something that will last and that you'll be happy with. You can also take a step back and consider whether you really need to purchase that item or if you could instead save that money for something else. You can look for a product or service that offers the most value for your money and will have the biggest impact on your life. Number 9. Never lose track of your spending. It's never a bad idea to keep track of your spending and make sure that you're sticking to a budget. By doing so, you can avoid making any financial mistakes that could set you back. Making and following a budget is a great way to keep track of your spending. Recording all of your expenses, no matter how small, can help you stay on track and make sure that you're not overspending. Checking in regularly with your spending can also help you identify any patterns that may emerge. If you see that you're spending more than you're bringing in, it's important to make adjustments to your budget accordingly. This may mean cutting back on some of your expenses or finding ways to bring in more income. Remember that your money is meant to be used to improve your life, not make it more difficult. By following these tips, you can make sure that you're making the most of your finances. Number 10. Never post money source online. In today's world, it's important to be careful about what you share on social media. One thing you should never do is reveal your source of income. This can be a major red flag for identity thieves and scammers. It's best to keep this information to yourself to avoid any potential problems. It's no secret that social media can be a powerful tool for businesses. But there's a downside to sharing too much information on these platforms, especially regarding your income. Revealing your source of income on social media can be a major red flag for identity thieves and scammers. Moreover, it will result in a loss of revenue and an increased risk of competition, as others will be able to copy your idea and sell to customers who are looking for your product or service. This will result in your company's revenue loss and an increased risk of competition. So, while it may be tempting to share your successes on social media, it's important to be aware of the potential downsides before you do. Number 11. Don't cash your paycheck right away. We all know that we should save for retirement, but sometimes it's hard to know where to start. One common mistake is cashing in your paycheck right away instead of investing in it. When you cash your paycheck, you're essentially just giving yourself a short-term loan that you'll need to pay back with interest. Instead, consider investing your paycheck into a retirement account. This way, you'll be able to grow your money while also getting the benefits of tax-deferred growth. There are a lot of different retirement investment accounts to choose from, so be sure to do your research to find the one that best suits your needs. And remember, the sooner you start investing, the more time your money will have to grow. So don't wait to start saving for your future today. Number 12. Never co-sign on a loan you can't afford. When you're asked to co-sign a loan, it's a huge responsibility. The loan could be for a car, a house, or even a credit card. Whatever the case may be, if you co-sign and the borrower doesn't make their payments, you're on the hook. That means the lender can come after you for the money. Making Sense of Sense blogger Michelle Schroeder-Gardner said you should never co-sign for somebody unless you hold enough to pay back the loan in full. It's a big risk and one that you should never take lightly. If you can't afford to make the payments yourself, don't co-sign. It's not worth putting your financial future at risk. Number 13. Don't shop when you're in an emotional situation. It can be very tempting to shop when you're in an emotional situation. You may be feeling stressed, sad, or even angry and think that a new purchase will make you feel better. However, this is usually not the case. When you're in an emotional situation, it's best not to shop. That's because you may end up spending more than you can afford and then you'll have to pay it back fully. So, if you're feeling sad, angry, or any other strong emotion, it's best to wait until you're in a better frame of mind before you go shopping. Number 14. Don't keep your money in the bank as cash. One of the biggest money mistakes you can make is keeping your money in the bank as cash. While your money is technically safe in the bank, it's not doing anything for you. You need to invest it in something that will grow over time. One of the best ways to do this is to enroll in a 401k plan. This will allow you to invest 1% of your paycheck and watch your money grow over time. There is a long list of things that people should not do with their money. However, keeping it in the bank as cash is one of the worst things you can do. A 401k plan is a great way to get started. And you can also invest the liquid cash available in your bank account to help build your emergency fund, retirement fund, or another long-term goal. Number 15. Don't hire a financial advisor you can't trust. A financial advisor can help you build a portfolio that meets your financial needs. A financial advisor is a professional who helps people manage their money. Advisors can help you save for retirement, pay off debt, and make other financial decisions. Even if you don't know where the mistrust comes from, don't invest with someone you don't trust, said Julie Rains, Hall and Row Media's financial writer and publisher. Trust is one of the most significant things when it comes to investing, so it's critical to do research and find someone you can trust to give you sound advice, she said. When you're looking for a financial planner, it can be helpful to get suggestions for advisors from families and friends of your confidence. You can also do some research online to see if there are any associations or certifications that the planner has. Before you choose a financial advisor, it's a good idea to do some research. If you are searching for information, the first place to look is at the website of the Securities and Exchange Commission or the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority. You can also do some research on your own to see if the advisor has any past issues that could affect your decision. Number 16. Don't buy too much company stock. Mr. Daniel Zajac, CFP and partner at SCWMG, Simone Zajac Wealth Management Group, said holding company stock is a valuable portfolio addition, but don't put too much in it. Zajac suggested not putting too much money into company stock and always thinking about saving your money. If your firm evolves bankrupt, you could fail your investment and your employment. He said that, if you're already planning to buy, generally, you should restrict your company stock frontage to 10% of your absolute net worth. Number 17. Don't buy a house without looking at the full cost. There is more to homeownership than just making mortgage payments. It's a big part of the American dream, and it's something that everyone should strive for. Our interest is in making homeownership as easy, accessible, and affordable as possible for everyone. If you're thinking about buying a house, don't just focus on the price and assume that you will be able to afford it without considering all the costs involved. A house isn't simply about the price of the house itself. You need to consider the other costs factors like the cost of ownership, things like property taxes, mortgage payments, and maintenance costs. If you don't think about the full cost of ownership before you buy, you could end up with a house that you can't afford and be stuck with a big financial burden. Avoid this pitfall by taking a long-term approach and invest money only when you can smoothly afford to. You shouldn't do with your money what you can't afford to lose, and taking a long-term approach will help you avoid this trap. Number 18. Don't sign a contract you don't understand. Don't be afraid to ask questions or refuse a contract if you don't understand it. If you don't have the money to sign the contract, put it in a savings account. Tell the other party that you'll get it to them when you can. You need generally a better idea of what you're getting yourself into before you make any decisions. Otherwise, there is a chance of making decisions based on emotion or ignorance, and finally money away in the form of a disastrous investment or a disappointing outcome. So, don't be pressured into signing an agreement you don't comprehend or know anything about. Number 19. Don't loan money to friends and family you can't trust. Don't loan money to your friends and family if you don't have complete trust in them. You could end up getting stuck with a debt you didn't intend to have, or having to bail them out of a financial situation you didn't create. You should not loan for someone unless you are sure they can disburse you back. Furthermore, make sure you choose your loans wisely and don't make the same mistake twice. Number 20. Don't spend money on things you don't really use. Don't let your money be wasted on things you don't really need or use. You may always forget about the cupboard at home and spend money on going out to eat. If you want to save money, you should actually need and use the items you own at home more. This will not only help me save money, but it will also help me stay organized and reduce the clutter in my home. You always stick to buying items you truly need and that are useful to you. Number 21. Don't overspend on lotto tickets. There is no guarantee that you will win by spending more on lottery tickets. The odds of winning the jackpot are 1 in 21 million. You're better off investing your money in a savings account or stock market. Regarding playing the lottery, it is important to remember, not overspend on tickets. Overspending on lottery tickets can lead to financial problems and debt. It is important to set a budget for how much you are willing to spend on lottery tickets each month. Your financial success is likely to suffer if you consistently spend money toward lottery tickets. Lotto tickets are a regressive tax, which means they disproportionately affect low-income earners. The vast majority of lottery winners end up broke within a few years. Studies have shown that people who play the lottery are more likely to be less educated and have lower incomes. If you're already planning to buy tickets, don't blow your budget on tickets you don't really want or need. Instead, save up for something that will really make your life better. Number 22. Don't gamble with your money. Gambling is a fun way to spend your time and money, but it's important to remember that it's not an alternative to cash making. Gambling can be highly addictive, and it's easy to get sucked in and lose all of your money. Don't play gambling if you're trying to recover losses, it'll only make things worse. Do not be misled by reports that many people make any type of large sums of money through gambling. Gambling can lead to insolvency if you don't manage your finances carefully. Gambling can lead to significant family and relationship problems such as financial instability, debt, or a lack of a healthy social life. If you're going to gamble, set a budget and stick to it. If you find yourself gambling more than you are able to afford, or if it is affecting your life in a pessimistic way, seek professional help. Don't overspend on lotto tickets. If you're already planning to buy, don't blow your budget on tickets you don't truly want or need. Number 23. Don't spend more than you earn. It's essential to live within your means, and not spend more money than you earn. This can help you stay out of debt and evade financial problems. Try to create a budget and stick to it so that you can stay on track. Make sure to save money each month so that you have a cushion in case of unexpected expenses. There are so many great ways to save money, from budgeting your expenses to using coupons and rebates. Just make sure to keep track of your savings and budget such that you don't end up in debt or with financial problems. Number 24. Don't buy things you can't afford. Don't buy things you can't afford, or that will just fill your home or life. It's easy to get sucked in by the ads, the beautiful pictures, and the promise of being the envy of everyone if you have that new item. But you can't afford it, and it will only clutter your home or life. Don't put a substantial component of your income towards things you are unable to afford, or which will only complicate your home or life. Instead, put that money towards a smaller, more affordable item that will serve an identical function. Number 25. Don't invest in something you don't understand. When you're investing your money, it's important to understand the risks and rewards of each decision. If you don't grasp something, don't make the investment. Instead, find another way to invest your money that will provide the same or similar returns with less risk. For instance, if you don't understand the difference between stocks and bonds, don't make the decision to invest your money in stocks. Instead, find a way to invest your money that is similar, like implanting in bonds. Conclusion. In conclusion, it is important to be mindful of how you are spending your money. There are a lot of things you should avoid doing to save money. By being aware of these things and trying to avoid them, you can improve your financial situation. I hope you found this video useful and informative. Please give us a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe, because more incredible content is on the way. Thanks for watching.